Two sharp teams, one big challenge. Penn Manor against Redland, right here on WGAL8 Brainbusters.
From Studio B, this is WGAL8 Brainbusters, celebrating 25 years. Now, here's your host, Rich Rosen.
Well, hello everybody, and welcome back to another edition of WGAL8 Brainbusters. I'm Rich Rosen, and we are continuing our 25th season with another great showdown. Today, it's Penn Manor versus Redland, two teams who know that only one team can advance to round two. The questions are tough, but our players are tougher. So before we begin, let's take a moment to meet our teams. So first, from Redland, it's a pleasure to introduce, from Penn Manor, it's a pleasure to introduce Mr. Chris Meyer. He is the team's coach. I'm sorry about mixing that up. He is the team's coach. He's also a social studies teacher, economics teacher, world history and art history teacher. He's also the Lancaster-Lebanon Quiz Bowl coordinator. There's also another coach, Madame Angelica Körner, le professeur de français and German teacher. She is not here today, but I wanted to acknowledge her as well. Now let's meet our players. We have Natalie, she's a junior. We have Seth, he's a senior and he's the captain. Eliza is a junior, she's the third player. And finally, we have Liam, he's a sophomore, and he is today's alternate. And welcome to the Penn Manor High School Quiz Bowl team. And now let's meet our team from Redland. First, we have first player is Ben. He's a sophomore. We have next is Cameron. He's a senior. He's one of the alternates. Next is our captain, Zach. He is a junior. Between Zach and Tyler, we have Ben. He is a freshman, also an alternate. Then Tyler, a senior, the third player. And then, of course, Mr. Jason Jones, the coach of the team and renowned science teacher at Redland High School. Welcome to the Redland High School Brainbusters team. Okay, everybody. Now, pick up those signaling buttons and let's get ready because it's now time for today's opening round. 10-point questions, never a penalty for an incorrect response. Anna Wintour recently tapped Chloe Mao to be the new editor-in-chief, or as now it's called, head of editorial content at this iconic fashion magazine that has been shaping style and culture since 1982. What magazine is this? Seth?
Vogue.
Vogue is correct for 10 points. It's a vampire's favorite vein. What large vein drains blood from the head? Seth again.
Jugular.
The jugular vein does. It has a definite volume, but no definite shape. What is it, Seth?
Liquid.
Liquid, yes, is the state of matter. In 1974, it was the B-side to Elton John's Benny and the Jets. In 1997, it was rewritten, re-released, and became the best-selling single of all time. He also sang the song at Princess Diana's funeral in 1997. What is this Elton John tune? Seth?
Tiny Dancer?
No, sorry, incorrect. Redland. We stumped you on Candle in the Wind. In 1989, he left office as the oldest president at the time, 77 years old. Zach?
Reagan.
Ronald Reagan was this old president, and that gets Redland on the board. In this Shakespearean play, you will hear Portia's speech about the quality of mercy. Natalie?
The Merchant of Venice.
The Merchant of Venice is the play that we were going for. Snake, horse, sheep. Monkey, rooster, dog. Pig, rat, ox. Seth?
Zodiac?
No, sorry. Tiger, rabbit, and dragon. On what calendar, Redland, do all these animals appear? Zach?
The Chinese zodiac.
The Chinese calendar, yes, that is correct. He used the recently invented celesta for the dainty music of his Sugar Plum Fairy. Natalie?
Tchaikovsky.
Tchaikovsky was the Russian composer of the Nutcracker. It became part of Great Britain in 1707. In 1997, it regained...
Scotland.
Ben, the former kingdom that occupies the northern third of the island, is indeed Scotland. And now, here comes today's audio question. Buzz in when I ask, who's speaking?
I'm not surprised, though. He's been hinting at this in his songs for years. I mean, like this one.
Speaking. Ben.
Jimmy Fallon.
He's the one. Good for you for 10 points. He's the patron saint of Portugal and Lithuania, as well as England. Who is this dragon slayer? Natalie.
St. George.
St. George is the one. A quick question on fractions. Subtract 1/4 from 1/3. And what's the difference? Seth?
Like 1/12?
Like 1/12 is like correct. The flags of France, the Netherlands, Norway, and Russia all share the same three colors. Zach.
Red, white, blue.
You are correct. These aquatic animals feed by filtering microorganisms. Seth.
Whales?
No, sorry, I'm going to complete the question for Redland. From the water that passes through their bodies. What is this animal often found in the kitchen and bathroom? Zach.
Sponge?
A sponge is correct. Mexican artist Diego Rivera is most famous for paintings that decorate the walls of public buildings. Paintings which take their name from the Latin for wall. What are such paintings called, Seth?
Mural?
There are murals, yes. You're planning to sail from the Bahamas to Jamaica, but there's a large island in the way. What is it, Zach?
Aruba?
No, sorry, incorrect. Do you have any idea, Penn Manor? We stumped you on Cuba. Andrew Johnson, Howard Baker, and Albert Gore Jr. have all been senators from this. Seth?
Oh, Virginia?
No, sorry, from this state. Which state is it, Redland? Zach?
Alabama?
No, you're both incorrect. It's Tennessee. He recited his poem, The Gift Outright, at the inauguration of John F. Kennedy. Seth?
Frost.
Robert Frost did, yes. In 1871, Kaiser Wilhelm I became the first ruler of this country, Zach?
Prussia?
No, sorry, which quickly became Europe's dominant military and economic power. What country is it? Seth?
Germany.
Germany, of course. It's your weight divided by the square of your height. What is this measure of fatness and thinness? It was BMI, it's body mass index. That was not in time, Seth. Wow, what a start. That's a great beginning to our round here, 100 to 60. Wow, I'm just catching my breath. We're going to get ready for the one-on-one rapid fire and 60-second team lightning rounds while you watch these very important messages.
WGAL 8 Brainbusters will return after this. Participants on WGAL 8 Brainbusters each receive this mini notebook and stylus pen, and the top 4 winning teams will share grants totaling $10,000. So good luck, teams. Now back to your host, Rich Rosen.
Well, hello, everybody, and welcome back as we continue our match between Penn Manor and Redland. Now, Redland's faltering a little bit, but only by 40 points. But we have a lot more game left because it's now time for our one-on-one rapid fire. Each player will step into the spotlight, beginning with a question about the future. So let's first say hello to Natalie. Natalie, it's nice to have you here. Nice to have you back, because I know you're a veteran of Brainbusters. So what about you? What do you hope to accomplish in the next 5 years?
So after high school, I intend to go to college to study history, possibly classical or medieval history.
Well, that's a great goal. Do you plan on becoming perhaps a professor, or?
It's possible that I would like to do that.
Well, you're somebody that I know that loves school, so it's going to be hard to leave. I understand. And Ben, what about you? What do you hope to accomplish in the next 5 years?
I'd like to graduate high school with like high grades and high involvement in clubs, then go to college for aerospace engineering, while continue playing the oboe in either the band or during my free time.
Well, that's an inspiring goal, and keep chasing it. Thank you very much for sharing. Ben and Natalie, let's put you two one-on-one. Ranks and titles can be important in college. What is the name of the head of a college division and has a list you want to be on? Well, we stumped you on Dean, as in Dean's List. The trailer for the 2019 movie Rocket Man features this musician and begins with his song Benny and the Jets. Who is this British rock star, Ben?
Elton John.
Elton John, isn't that a coincidence? And finally, Palestinian militants attacked Israel, killing hundreds of civilians and setting off a war on October 7th, 2023. From what area did they launch the assault? Ooh, it's been in the news lately. Gaza is the correct response. 100 to 70. Let's now meet our two captains in today's competition. So first from Penn Manor, it's a pleasure to welcome Senior Seth. You're also a veteran of here. You've been here before. You did very well in that first round of play. So tell us about what do you hope to accomplish in the next 5 years?
Well, in the next 5 years, I plan to still be in college. After I get my bachelor's in math, I'm planning on getting my PhD in it and possibly do research, maybe be a professor. I'm still working it out.
Well, you've got a bright future ahead, no doubt. And Zach, the captain from Redland, what about you? What do you hope to accomplish in the next 5 years?
So after graduating high school, I would like to study materials engineering, things like glass, metals, ceramics. They're really interesting, in particular cements. but that's not set in concrete. So we'll see where it takes
Well,
me.
you've got a clearish vision, and best of luck to you, no doubt. Okay, Seth and Zach, let's put you two one-on-one. History is sometimes carved in stone, and some stones have carved their place in history. These concentric circles of stone megaliths are found.
Stonehenge.
Stonehenge, of course, are found in the Salisbury Plain in England. Although it may sound funny, your humerus bone is really in your arm. Where in your body are the bones called the tibia and fibula, Zach?
Your leg.
In the leg, actually in the lower leg to be exact. And finally, here's a question for the amateur electrician in all of us. What electrical unit measures resistance? Zach?
Ohm.
Ohm does indeed. Good for you. 110 to 90. Great game going. Let's meet our third players in today's match. So first from Penn Manor, Eliza. Pleasure to have you here. Tell us about what you have stored for your goals in the next 5 years.
Well, after I graduate high school, I'd like to go to college and probably study something related to math. And then I also think it'd be really cool to be able to travel abroad in some way.
Well, that's certainly an inspiring goal. You can never travel enough and see the world. And Tyler, what about you? What do you hope to accomplish in the next 5 years?
So I'm also hoping to graduate high school and go to college, but I'm mainly hoping I can go study abroad in France to go study their culture and their history and art.
Well, sounds like you're going places. Keep moving forward, as they say. All right, Eliza and Tyler, let's put you two one-on-one. Given a brief example, identify the following poetic form. I think that I shall never see a poem as lovely as a tree. Eliza.
Sonnet.
Not a sonnet, no, sorry. Tyler, do you have any idea? Oh, back to English class, and you're going to remember it's a couplet. And the next question, the abbreviations for 14 chemical elements are only one letter long. The symbol for tungsten isn't T. What is it, Eliza?
W.
It's W. Oh, it's also known as wolfram. And finally, diseases were especially deadly in colonial America. This disease killed more than 3 million Native Americans after it was introduced by the Spanish. Tyler?
Lyme's disease?
Not Lyme's, no, sorry. Eliza, any idea? Eliza?
Cholera.
No, we stumped you on smallpox. 120 to 90. Redland, you are behind at this point, so we're going to pick up the speed and play 60-second Team Lightning round, with you having the luxury of selecting first among our three quizzes. We have There's Always Potpourri, Simply Diabolic, and IQ Test.
We'll go Simply Diabolical.
Simply Diabolic. These questions aren't really as fiendish, infernal, or devilish as you might think. For 10 points each, identify these people, places, and things whose names all begin with D-I-A. Zach, I take your answer as the team's answer. Ben and Tyler are ready to help you along. We're going to put 60 seconds on the clock, which will not begin until I finish reading the first question. So good luck to all three of you, and here we go. The circumference of a circle is equal to pi times?
Diameter.
Correct. The isotope of a carbon is the hardest natural mineral.
Diamond.
Diamond is correct. Professional baseball team known as the D-backs.
Diamondbacks.
Correct. Bridget Jones wrote one, so did Anne Frank.
Diarrhea.
Diarrhea, yes. This metabolic disorder is caused by a lack of insulin.
Diabetes.
That's correct. It's a line that connects the non-adjacent angles of a rectangle.
Diagonal.
That's correct. This muscle separates your chest from your abdominal cavity.
Diaphragm.
Correct. A conversation between two people, especially in a
Dialogue.
Dialogue, yes. It's where Harry Potter shops for his robe, wand, and books.
Diagon Alley.
Diagon Alley.
Correct. A chart, a design, a drawing to
Diagram.
explain. A diagram, yes. A regional variety of a language. Southern,
Dialect.
for example. Dialect, yes. To recognize a disease from its symptoms.
Diagnose.
Correct. Mother of Prince Harry and Prince William. Diana, sorry. A bitter and abusive speech or essay.
Pass.
Diatribe, one of the two phases of your heartbeat. The other is systole.
Pass.
Diastole, the separation of a substance by unequal diffusion used in a kidney machine.
Dialysis.
Dialysis is correct. It's a musical scale with 8 notes in an octave, and that is diatonic. Well done. Some fantastic teamwork. We had a total of 13 correct? Was that correct? 13 correct. So 130 points came your way, taking you to a strong 230. Seth, Natalie, and Eliza, you have your work cut out for you. But you can do it with one of these two quizzes. IQ test, and there's always potpourri.
We'll take always potpourri.
There's always potpourri. When all else fails, there's always potpourri, and it's always the same questions on a variety of people, places, and things. Seth, I take your answer as the team's answer. Natalie and Eliza are ready to help you along. 60 seconds on the clock, which will begin after I finish reading the first question. Good luck to all three of you. You can visit Copacabana Beach in this city.
Pass.
Rio de Janeiro. The unit of measure equals 3.8 liters or 4 quarts.
Pass.
Gallon. Portugal borders this country and only this country.
Spain.
Spain, yes. Where you'll find verticals and valves in your body. Ventricles.
Like heart.
The heart is correct. JFK was assassinated November 22nd, 1963 in this city.
Dallas.
Dallas, correct. This is a perfect score in bowling.
300.
Correct. Evangeline and the Song of Hiawatha are among his most famous poems.
Longfellow.
Longfellow.
Correct. Achilles was dipped in this river to make him invulnerable. Styx is correct. Bandicoots and wallabies belong to this group of mammals.
Marsupials.
Marsupials, yes. The sea in the Middle East lies below sea level.
Dead Sea.
Dead Sea. Salvador Dali is the most famous artist in this style.
Surrealism.
Surrealism, the result of a constant force acting on a body according to Newton's second law.
Motion.
Acceleration. What online game was the South Park kids obsessed with playing?
League of Legends.
World of Warcraft. What romantic poet wrote the preface to Frankenstein?
Shelley.
Shelley did, yes. In ballet, it's a complete turn of one leg. It's a pirouette. Wow, well done. A little bit challenging, but we had a total of 9 correct, so 90 points came your way. Look at that. We have a tie score, 220 to 220. Great effort on both teams. Wow. Well, before we go to break, we need to reveal today's bonus Brain Buster category. So teams, get ready to wager 0 to 25 points based on your knowledge of linguistic challenge. So we'll have the bonus Brain Buster and, of course, the final frenzy when WGAL8 Brain Busters continues following this brief break.
Watch all this season's episodes of WGAL8 Brain Busters anytime on WGAL.com. Our online home also includes our tournament schedule and a chance to learn more about the show and host Rich Rosen. Scan the QR code with your phone or go to WGAL.com and click on Brain Busters.
Well, hello, everybody, and welcome back to Studio B as we continue this fantastic match between Penn Manor and Redland. We are going into the next round with a tie score because it's time for today's bonus Brain Buster. During our break, our teams wagered between 0 and 25 points based on their knowledge and confidence with a linguistic challenge. Now, here's Michael Fuller in the News 8 newsroom with today's question. Michael.
Thanks, Rich. Now here's your bonus Brain Buster. With the most native speakers globally, this language features a complex tonal system where the meaning of a word can change based on the pitch of the speaker's voice. What language is this? Again, with the most native speakers globally, this language features a complex tonal system where the meaning of a word can change based on the pitch of the speaker's voice. What language is this? Good luck with your answer. Now back to Studio B. Rich?
Michael, good luck teams. We'll give you about 5 seconds. Maybe we don't need to. Both teams seem very confident to write down their answers. Seth, we'd love if you would show us your answer first. And you wrote down Mandarin, as Mandarin Chinese is an absolutely correct answer, yes. The language where pitch shapes the meaning. So good for you, adding 20 points to your score. Zach, did you come up with Mandarin Chinese as well? Mandarin with a 15-point wager, a little more conservative. So we're going to add 15 points, 240 to 235. Who's coming back for round 2? Well, we're going to find out momentarily because here comes today's final frenzy. Pick up those signaling buttons because each question is very important. Each question is worth 20 points. In 1846, after being taken from Missouri to Illinois, he sued for his freedom because slavery was illegal. Seth?
Dred Scott.
Dred Scott was the case that helped start the Civil War. In anatomy, the same term is used to designate the outer parts of the kidneys, the adrenal glands, and the brain. What's the term? Seth?
Nephron.
No. Oh, no. Redland? It's the cortex. Some mathematical equations are true for all possible values of the unknowns. What are such equations called? Seth?
Linear?
No, not linear. Zach.
Continuous?
No, they're identities. It's the Latin word for little girl or doll and refers to the inactive stage in the life of an insect between larva and the adult. What's the word?
Oh, embryo.
No, sorry, Zach.
Pupae?
Pupa's correct. Gordius, king of Phrygia, made a knot so complicated that no one could untie it until a young man took out his sword and cut the knot in half. Zach.
King Arthur?
No, sorry. What sharp soldier king cut the Gordian knot? Penn Manor. Natalie.
Alexander the Great.
He's the one. Add the number of degrees in a hexagon to the number of degrees in a square, and you'll have the number of degrees in an octagon. How many degrees is that, Zach?
1080.
1080 is correct. In Roman mythology, fawns were the goat-like attendants of Bacchus. Tyler.
Satyrs.
Satyrs is absolutely correct. There are only two common English words that end with the letters G-R-Y. What are these two feelings? Zach.
Angry and hungry?
Good for you. You are correct. This city surrendered July 4th, 1863, a defeat so bitter that it refused to celebrate Independence Day until World War II. Zach again.
Appomattox?
No, sorry. What Mississippi town is it? Seth.
Vicksburg?
Vicksburg's correct. Don't panic. That's the preface to the 1979 Adventures by Douglas Adams. What's the book? Natalie.
The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy.
You are correct. In early 1990, the Tokyo stock market began a collapse that wiped out half of the value of the stock index. What is the Tokyo counterpart to the Dow Jones? That's the Nikkei index. This weaver and miser lives alone in the village of Ravello until a small child wanders into his cottage. Zach. Ooh, sorry. For Penn Manor, he names her Eppie and raises her until she marries. What is this novel by George Eliot?
Middlemarch.
No, sorry, it's Silas Marner. Prior to 2005, it meant a smoke-dried jalapeno pepper. Now it can refer to anything cooked. Zach.
Chipotle?
Chipotle is correct. A key work of expressionism. This iconic painting was stolen from the National Gallery of Norway. Seth.
The Scream?
The Scream is correct. Each new chief of the Chibcha Indians of South America would be coated with resin and then covered in gold dust. What name did Spanish explorers give to this golden man and the legendary country he was said to rule? Natalie.
El Dorado.
Correct. Sometimes called the missing link between reptiles and birds. Its name means ancient wing. What creature lived in the late Jurassic period, Zach?
Archaeopteryx?
Correct. Published as a 1,000-page novel in 2009, it became a television miniseries in June 2013. What is this novel, Zach?
Twilight?
No, sorry. What is this novel by Stephen King? Seth.
Kids.
Under the Dome, born in 1612, she wrote the first good poem in America while rearing 8 children and keeping house at the edge of the wilderness. Who wrote the 10th muse lately sprung up in America? Natalie.
Phyllis Wheatley.
No, sorry. Zach.
Dickinson?
No, it's Anne Bradstreet would be the correct answer. To find the area of a rectangle, multiply the base times the height. What is the formula for computing the area of a triangle? Seth.
1/2 base times height.
You are correct. Delaware joined the Union first in 1789. What was the last state to join the United States? Zach.
Rhode Island?
No, sorry. Any idea, Penn? Seth?
Maryland?
No, Hawaii did this in 1959. The Peace Corps trains and sends American volunteers abroad to work with people of developing countries. Which president created the Peace Corps? Eliza?
Kennedy.
Kennedy did. Yes, European literature includes a lot of countries. For example, the nationality of the author of Don Quixote was Spanish. Well, that takes us to the end of the round and to the end of the game. What a final frenzy and what a match. Congratulations to Penn Manor. They are going to advance to the next round of play, but we hope to see you in just a few short moments.
Welcome back to WGAL8 Brainbusters, the Susquehanna Valley's longest-running high school quiz show, celebrating 25 years. Once again, here's your host, Rich Rosen.
Wow, what a great game. A huge shout out to both of our teams. But of course, only one team can come back for round 2. So congratulations to Penn Manor. They will be advancing. We say goodbye to Redland, but wow, they put up quite a fight, and we really do appreciate the effort that you put forth, and we hope you enjoyed yourself as much as we enjoyed watching you play. We appreciate you tuning us in and spending your time with us today. Coming up next, Get ready to welcome two power-packed new teams, Lampeter Strasbourg and Warwick. We can't wait for you to join us for the next thrilling showdown, and it's going to be a good one. This is Rich Rosen, signing off on behalf of the entire WGALA Brainbusters team. Thank you for being part of a fantastic experience. Now, until next time, remember, your mind is your superpower. Thanks for watching. So long, everyone. So Silas Minor, I thought you were going to get it. You can't get it.